Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Friday 1.25 release team meeting. Today is Friday, August the 19th. We are just a few days before the final release date, so it's quite close. I just shared the meeting documents, and a quick reminder, please be aware this is a Kubernetes meeting, which is part of the CNCF. So this meeting falls down under the CNCF code of conduct, which can be summarized to be excellent to each other. Thank you. I pasted the chat or the link to the meeting notes in the chat. So if you like, you can yourself to attendees list. And let's get started with the open discussions. I see there's nothing added to the open discussion list. Maybe one point from me regarding the next cycle. We will send out quite shortly, probably today, the Shadow application form. So if you are interested into joining the release team Shadow program, you can fill it out. And yeah, there will be some links getting pasted into the SIG release chat and also over the mailing list. So you should not, you should see it somewhere. All right, going to the team updates for enhancements. Priyanka was somebody from enhancement team here. Otherwise, I believe we're good to go. We received, I think, green reports the last meetings, so there shouldn't be anything in our way, I guess. Moving on to CI signal, Ash or someone else. I have to open up the attendees list. I believe nobody from CI signal is here. Last update was not given. I believe right now we are, I suspect we are good. We could quickly just check.
Yes, we are good. We are
all right.
master blocking, and yeah,
Awesome.
there is one failure in master's informing, which is not a release blocker.
Yeah. Okay. This is the long-standing one, so we are fine. That's great. For bug triage, we see a green signal. That's awesome. Anybody like to comment on bug triage? Otherwise, we can move along, I guess, to docs, which is currently has a red state.
So I added this one to the updates, just continuing on from yesterday's update, and I just updated, refreshed the counts. There's still 3 ready for review. So there's a PR author that's out on out of office, and ask for anyone just to push it forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those 2. It's actually 2 doc PRs approved, and open up follow-up PRs, so that we could address the comments and suggestions in the follow-up PRs. But they might be to the main branch after the 120 after 125 is cut, because we will freeze the K website repo starting on Monday. So everything needs to be in by Sunday evening in order before we freeze the repo. We typically freeze the repo 24 hours before the release is cut. So get those full push forward through. And also an update on one. We did have one doc that did not have that did have a draft PR, but there was actually no updates in that draft PR. Turns out there's really no section. They do have a blog article out, and so we're going to just use that as the and for now it's a feature that's going to alpha, and then once there's no actual section in Kubernetes.io documentation for any appropriate documentation changes. This is about creating network plugin. So we don't have a section on creating a network plugin. So until we have that, there's no documentation needed for that. Other than that, so still kind of is red. We'll get those 3 in, then we'll open up all PRs to fix after post-release. Then we have a meeting later today just to generate the reference docs. I know that's always an issue when during the release cycles generate this reference.
It's actually never been done in the release cycle. Let's be clear. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. We're getting there incrementally. Every cycle we add another component. So
yep.
Awesome. Nice to see progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get that later today. That's it.
But we don't like fear that we have to postpone the release by days, right? No.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have been
good.
told that the reference docs in one release has been came in a week after the release. So that's
okay.
And up until 123, just for the record, I think like the previous 4 had been done at least 1 day after the release. That won't block it. I think the biggest concern, if I'm not mistaken, was just getting the PRs in and reviewed, which seems to be, you know, it's always hard.
Yeah.
Team's doing a good job.
Okay. Looks like everything is kind of under control, so
It's the
that's
best
good.
possible red you could have.
It's almost yellow. It's orange. Okay. Release notes.
Yeah, just before you move forward, just a little reminder.
Ah.
You are looking at yesterday's update.
Oh.
Today's. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I saw like 4 PR opening website against the current release milestone instead of 3 ready for review. Is
think
the
there's-
extra one?
There's actually 5, but
Oh, yeah,
one is, but one's the
already confirmed it's not needed dog. Like
right. So one is that Alpha Docs one, and another one is the API reference. So you just have 3 docs PRs versus PRs and docs. If that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay. Moving on to release notes. I see Carlos is not here. Somebody else from release notes team? Otherwise, we see a green status update. All
I
states.
was working with release team yesterday to addressing the final release notes issues. Thank you so much for their team. They raised a couple PRs to edit the final release notes. So hopefully it's now in good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Then moving on to comms, Kat.
There we go. I was muted in 2 places. Good morning. So the release blog is ready to go now with logo. I did update it to reflect the enhancement we had to revert yesterday. I've also let CNCF PR know. So we are all good. And I've let them know that the release date is still on target for the 23rd. So we should be fine on that front. Some of the feature blogs are LGTM'd with a release date. Bunch of them are still being reviewed, but they are active. However, I'm still gonna spend the day chasing people down to make sure that they get LGTM'd today, tomorrow, or Sunday. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. But I think we're in a good spot. We still have a ton of blogs, 13 of them. So we really are monopolizing the blog for, I think, longer than any release ever has, right? The previous record was 11 or 12.
12.
So 12.
12. But just to clarify, we alternated 3 and 2 a week, so we went 2.5 months. I mean, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So we still might have the longest blog calendar, but you're definitely the bloggiest. We're making new metrics.
New metrics for bloggies. We'll have to put that in the dev stats. So yeah, we're Gucci. I'm excited.
Awesome.
So we're now like 14 blogs targeted.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Okay. Release branch management has not given an update, but just judging from the CI signal state, which is fine, I guess there should not be any problems. As far as I heard, I haven't heard anything else, so should be fine. Then moving on to the EA, Ray.
All right, trying to find the unmutes here. Yeah, so the next retro is August 31st. That's going to be a week after the release is cut on that Wednesday. Also heads up that the 126 shadow application will go out shortly. That's done by the 126 Emeritus Advisor. That's Nabarun. So they're still finalizing the shadow application and all the dates and all that. And so once that's settled, the shadow application will go out. If you are curious about the shadow application and want to join the 126 release team, just keep an eye out on the SIG release Google group or email group and the SIG release channel, also on the dev email list as well, or the Kubernetes dev email list as well. Those you could easily join. So just keep an eye on all those three communication streams: the SIG release Slack channel, KDev or Kubernetes dev, and the SIG release email list. So those, if you're part of one of those three communication streams, you will be notified. And that's, once again, the retro is a week from after the release. So if you have any input on what things went well, what could we have done better, or what we should do for 126, please add in an agenda item on the release retro doc, and that is highlighted on the top of the release team agenda. So that's towards the top of the page. So just feel free to add those. And that's it for me.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, then to release lead, CC.
Yes, so we will start the Go Non-Go run today on Slack, and we will have the Go Non-Go run starting on both Slack and the release meeting on Monday plus Tuesday, which is the release day. And I'll be pasting the thread on Slack right after this meeting. I'll include the update I got from the meeting as well. And the biggest change we had yesterday is we reverted the auth plugin removal. So the code is already in. Yeah, that's a tough decision. Nobody's like, but yeah, that's something we have to do. And release notes updated, major CMA updated in both changelog side and release blog side. Thank you for everyone who joined this effort. Yeah, and also we have added the logo in SIG release and the release blog. Thanks for Kat. Here is the logo I want to share with everyone in case anyone missed it. Yep, sorry, I make it too small, maybe. And I do have a question, like how to update the release information from Kubernetes contributor side. I thought it's auto refreshed. I'll paste the link here. I thought it's like auto refreshed somehow, but seems it isn't. If anyone know the information, like I'd love to go ahead and update that as well. Otherwise, maybe I'll just wait for, I don't know, if there is a auto push of changes. But looks everywhere else, we're all good.
All right. So this document looks like the one that we have on Kubernetes SIG release, the documentation.
Yeah, I assume it will auto fetch the update from there, but I didn't see that happen, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
In case anyone know, but it's totally fine.
Not sure how the update works with this website.
Oh yeah, so that one actually uses the GitHub, the GitHub page for SIG release /releases/125.
Yeah.
So if you update that, the README for that, it will update this page.
Yeah, I've updated the README with the logo added. And
oh, you did? Okay.
one sentence. Yeah, the PR got merged. That's why I'm curious why this page.
Oh, this
Okay.
one I don't think it does the image. It just does the timeline. Oh, I'll also have to check to see the exact file, but yeah, it does just do it just uses a reference to that to the README, but I don't think I've seen a logo generate on that on that page.
Okay,
Maybe
cool.
maybe you have to use
That's
the HTML
Yeah.
tag, like image, instead of the markdown format. I don't know. Maybe this works.
Yeah, I think
But just
that
guessing.
might be it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
curious why, like, even the text editing hasn't shown up in this page.
Oh, also cites the I know for Kubernetes.io it's rebuilt twice a day.
Oh, I see. Cool. Maybe it hasn't.
So it just might have be that it hasn't updated yet. So
Oh,
Yep,
that's the
that
hashtag
should make
actually.
sense. Thank you.
Okay. Then that's it. I think there's no update from 6 scalability. I haven't heard anything concerning or anything else. So I guess we are fine. And that's it. I think we walked over all points. Is there anything else before I stop the recording?
Yeah, just an extra reminder, please join the Go Non-Go thread in SIG release channel like a minute later. Thank you.
All right, will do. Then I will stop the recording. Thanks everyone for attending this release team meeting. And I hope everybody has great resting weekend. Hopefully not too many disturbance before we cut the release or the release gets cut.